Okay, let's unpack this. Today, we're embarking on a deep dive into a fascinating topic that might sound a bit academic at first, but it's incredibly practical. The science behind human results. Think of it as peeling back the layers on how human outcomes, everything from our individual choices and societal structures to our overall well-being, actually come into being. And, how we currently understand them, and perhaps most intriguingly, how we might even fine-tune them.
What's really compelling here is that we're approaching this entire discussion from a fresh artificial intelligence perspective. We're not just seeing AI as a tool for crunching numbers, but as an entirely new analytical lens. I mean, the recent leaps in large language models and machine learning are fundamentally reshaping how social science research is done. They're giving us capabilities to simulate human-like responses and sift through massive data sets, stuff that would simply be impossible for traditional human analysis.
That's spot on. And throughout our conversation today, you'll notice two big ideas woven into everything we discuss. First, the incredibly intricate dance between nature, our genetic blueprint, and nurture, all those environmental and cultural influences that shape us. Second, we'll be grappling with how AI's growing role in understanding human systems means we have to think very carefully about how we use these powerful new capabilities in society.
Yeah.
So we're going to set the stage by looking across time, past, present, and future, examining various human domains, from what goes on inside our own minds to how entire societies are governed.
Okay.
So let's start by looking back, because AI is quickly becoming quite the historian. Here's where it gets really interesting. AI has this incredible knack for processing immense amounts of unstructured historical data. We're talking ancient texts, forgotten artistic creations, even old musical compositions. It can spot intricate patterns across hundreds, even thousands of years, allowing researchers to infer things about the thoughts and emotions of people in past societies. It's like discovering cognitive fossils.
Precisely. For example, AI has been successfully trained to predict emotions conveyed in paintings, and it's revealing these compelling connections between emotional trends in art and significant historical events, like the Little Ice Age.
Wow.
Yeah, and beyond just analysis, AI's generative capabilities. Think technologies like generative adversarial networks, GANs, and even deepfake technology. They're essentially reimagining history. They can virtually reconstruct lost cities, rebuild historical sites, maybe even resurrect the voices of ancient figures. It offers truly immersive historical experiences. And on top of that, natural language processing, NLP, enhances this by translating and interpreting ancient texts.
That incredible power to process history also brings a crucial challenge, doesn't it? While AI can crunch vast amounts of data to find patterns, it doesn't always show its work the way a human historian does, when picking and interpreting sources. So if the data it's trained on is incomplete, or maybe it reflects only a narrow view of the past, then the AI's understanding will naturally be limited or biased. This means AI can become an active shaper of historical understanding itself, pushing us to critically reevaluate what we think of as historical truth.
That's a really important consideration, a really important point. Now let's pivot to that age-old nature versus nurture debate. Experts today largely agree it's not really an either question anymore.
Right, it's more complex.
Yeah, it's a complex interplay.
Yeah.
Child development is seen as this dynamic interaction between genetic predispositions and all those environmental factors.
Right, and this is where AI is truly providing, groundbreaking capabilities in analyzing these intricate gene-environment interactions. Think about studies using advanced statistical techniques like linear mixed models and integrated genetic and social cultural analyses, or IGSCA.
Okay.
Without getting too deep into the math, imagine IGSCA as this super powerful magnifying glass. It lets us untangle how genes and environment jointly influence complex human traits. It goes way beyond simple cause and effect.
Yeah.
They're using these to investigate relationships between genetic factors, environmental influences like family and neighborhood settings, cognitive intelligence, and even the manifestation of psychotic-like experiences in children. And what's truly insightful is that these models have shown that higher intelligence, which is influenced by both genetics and supportive environments, correlates with a reduced risk of psychosis.
It's a huge implication.
Yeah, for public health, for early intervention.
Yeah.
Huge.
And AI is also making significant strides in epigenetics, which is the study of how environmental cues can change how our genes are expressed without actually altering the underlying DNA sequence.
Okay.
So AI can analyze how various environmental factors like pollution, nutrition, even the kind of care a mother provides, influence these tiny epigenetic marks. A powerful example of this is research indicating that maternal nurturing behavior can actually alter epigenetic marks in a child's developing brain.
Really?
Yeah, thereby influencing their stress response and overall behavior later on. So what does this all mean for us? Well, AI's analytical prowess is reframing the nature-nurture dichotomy. It's not either. It's a dynamic, interconnected, both-hand perspective.
Yeah.
It can precisely map epigenetic changes influenced by the environment onto gene expression. It establishes a direct link between nurture and the inherent nature of gene function. This newfound precision allows for much more precisely targeted interventions in health and education.
Okay, shifting gears a bit, let's talk about the evolution of rules and norms. Societal rules and norms are constantly evolving, right? And AI offers a powerful lens to examine their origins, their purpose, their impact. Take education, for instance. AI can meticulously evaluate and compare old rules, traditional paper-based human-scored tests focused on rote memorization,
The old
with new rules like AI-based personalized learning pathways, real-time feedback, adaptive difficulty. AI clearly highlights the inefficiencies of those old methods.
Absolutely. And AI's capacity to analyze vast historical documents and cultural artifacts can illuminate the origins and evolution of societal rules. It helps us understand these deeply embedded cultural universals like myths and kinship terms versus more recent societal constructs. However, we also see challenges with some new rules when AI is applied to complex human systems.
Like what?
Well, for example, in child welfare systems, algorithms are sometimes used to categorize families as, say, high risk. And while there are claims of improved efficiency and consistency, what we sometimes find in implementation is a lack of transparency in how decisions are made, amplification of existing biases, perhaps against certain demographic groups, and sometimes the scores themselves are just unreliable.
And this raises a really important question. AI systems are built on data.
Yes.
If an AI is trained on historical data that happens to reflect past societal patterns or existing limitations, the AI will learn and apply those same patterns.
It codifies them, essentially.
Exactly. It means it can effectively automate existing structures, biases, and all.
Which underscores the indispensable need for rigorous human oversight, transparent methodologies, and diverse data sets in the development of these systems.
Absolutely. To ensure they work as intended and, crucially, fairly for everyone.
Right.
Okay, moving into the present. AI is profoundly influencing individual and collective human behavior. AI systems are getting increasingly sophisticated in their ability to predict, simulate, and reason about human actions. There's even something called the Behavioral Foundation Model, or BFM.
BFM, right.
It's trained on extensive behavioral data sets. We're talking over 68,000 subjects, from experimental data alone to forecast human choices, deduce psychological traits, identify contextual factors.
The scale is just massive.
It really is. Think about the sheer scale of patterns it can identify across so many different human interactions. It allows it to predict nuanced choices far beyond just simple preferences.
And here's what's truly fascinating. This leads to a phenomenon called the AI assessment effect.
Okay, what's that?
What we're seeing is that individuals actually alter their behavior when they know they're being assessed by an AI system.
Huh. How so?
They typically emphasize analytical characteristics over emotional or intuitive ones. It's kind of like performing for the algorithm.
Right, trying to game the system.
Exactly. And this strategic self-presentation can genuinely skew assessment decisions in critical domains like hiring or university admissions. So while AI can predict what might be considered natural human behavior, the AI assessment effect demonstrates that humans consciously modify their behavior when cognizant of AI's presence.
So the act of observing changes the outcome.
Precisely. It means AI's predictions might actually be compromised if its observational presence alters the very behavior it seeks to understand. AI must, therefore, account for its own influence as an observer.
That's a real paradox.
It is.
So how does AI interact with our universal human needs? We're talking fundamental motivators like, physiological requirements, air, water, food self-protection, safety, and affiliation or belonging.
Basic Maslow stuff, yeah.
Right. AI holds significant potential to address these. Think about AI-powered virtual health assistants or chatbots offering 204/7 judgment-free support for stress management. They can act as a sort of scaffolding between breakdown and breakthrough.
And that's definitely valuable.
Yeah.
A significant challenge arises, however, with the more intangible human needs. This often results in something called proxy optimization.
Proxy optimization.
Yeah. While AI certainly helps with quantifiable needs like tracking sleep or calories,
Okay.
it doesn't possess empathy or emotional intelligence in the human sense.
Yeah.
AI doesn't know how you feel. Rather, it knows how your stress behaves based on data patterns it's seen.
Got it.
So when it's applied to complex subjective needs like belonging, AI might optimize for measurable proxies, maybe things like engagement metrics, how long you stay on a platform, how many times you click.
Instead of the actual feeling of belonging.
Exactly, instead of the underlying qualitative experience of true connection. And this can inadvertently lead to what some call a slopification of culture.
Slopification.
Yeah, it suggests algorithms might inadvertently encourage a superficial, lowest common denominator experience, prioritizing clicks or likes over true engagement or understanding. It degrades the richness of our shared cultural space.
So the crucial necessity here is human oversight and qualitative understanding. You can't just rely on the metrics.
Absolutely indispensable.
AI is also fundamentally transforming the study of human-to-human interactions. It enables large-scale analysis of social behavior and offers unprecedented opportunities to test complex theories about how we interact. This includes analyzing social networks, cooperation, conflict patterns. AI tools can automate data collection from social media to identify communication patterns, predict trends.
And the intersection of AI and game theory provides powerful tools here. We've seen reinforcement learning AI leading to artificial agents that can actually cooperate more efficiently with humans in certain tasks. AI can also analyze historical conflict patterns to predict and maybe even prevent conflicts more effectively. Multi-agent AI models can even simulate intergroup conflict, revealing potential causal links and critical drivers like fairness or perceived moral authority.
But here's a double-edged sword again, isn't it?
It always seems to be, yes. While AI has this incredible capacity to diagnose and potentially mitigate conflict, it also carries the inherent risk of inadvertently amplifying these very issues.
How so?
Well, again, AI systems are only as effective as the data they are trained on. Incomplete data or data reflecting limited historical viewpoints can lead to fundamentally flawed analyses. If it's trained on historical data reflecting past human divisions or biases,
It learns those biases.
it learns and replicates those patterns, potentially deepening societal gaps rather than helping to bridge them.
Right. Okay, let's look at AI in education and child development, where there seems to be a clear trade-off. On one hand, AI is revolutionizing education by enabling personalized learning, adapting content to individual student interests and speeds, providing real-time feedback. That sounds great.
It does have potential.
And in early childhood intervention, AI tools like Cognoa and Jaguar can apparently detect early signs of developmental delays like autism by analyzing multi-source data, including home video clips.
And those are promising applications. Despite that, concerns persist regarding the interaction of young children with AI. Studies indicate children may inadvertently share personal information. They might assume AI possesses human-like qualities.
Thinking the computer is their friend.
Right. And even trust AI more than human adults in certain contexts. An excessive reliance on AI could risk weakening critical thinking and creativity.
Right.
Crucially, AI cannot replicate the nuanced role of a caring adult. Genuine connection, empathy, emotional support, those remain uniquely human.
So that highlights a significant trade-off.
Exactly. While AI offers benefits in efficiency and personalization, it just cannot replace human empathy, connection, or emotional support.
And an over-reliance risks hindering critical thinking and vital social skills.
This creates a tension between optimizing measurable academic outcomes and fostering a wholesome, creative, adaptive, and emotionally intelligent individual. The science of the science here really emphasizes designing AI to foster internal creative connectivity rather than just externalizing cognitive processes onto the machine, supporting the full spectrum of a child's development.
Okay, now let's peer into the future and consider AI-driven pathways to human flourishing. In the best possible scenario for child development, AI would serve as an invaluable tool for learning, meticulously tailoring lessons, fostering creativity, motivating engagement. You can imagine interactive learning apps that adapt content in real time, or maybe AI-powered parenting assistants like Aria and Milo acting as reliable co-pilots.
Which is a nice vision. But crucially, the realization of this ideal hinges on AI complementing human interaction rather than replacing it. The emphasis must remain on nurturing a child's comprehensive development, cognitive, emotional, spiritual, integrating traditional practices like reading, writing, creative arts for holistic neural integration, real connection, empathy, emotional support. Those are uniquely human and, frankly, irreplaceable.
Absolutely. Now, when we talk about AI for societal well-being and governance, it clearly has transformative potential. It could act as a catalyst for unprecedented economic growth, democratizing access to knowledge, accelerating progress toward the UN Sustainable Development Goals in health, education, climate action.
Huge potential.
It could optimize public services, provide evidence-based insights for policy decisions.
What's really fascinating here, though, is that AI's capacity to accelerate human knowledge and foster collective intelligence, sometimes called the neurosphere, is accompanied by a significant risk. If AI's immense power becomes too centralized or deployed without careful ethical guardrails, it could shift from enabling collective intelligence to facilitating more centralized control and surveillance. Algorithmic authoritarianism, some call it.
That's worrying.
Yeah, this pursuit of optimization, this optimization culture, can lead back to that slopification of culture we talked about, and maybe even the gamification of emotions, potentially undermining critical thinking in civic discourse.
So the solution involves?
It really requires a proactive, multi-stakeholder approach to AI governance. Culturally sensitive design, transparency, accountability, equitable access, all crucial.
Okay, let's talk environment. AI is also fundamentally reshaping how humanity observes and protects the planet. Its ability to analyze vast volumes of real-time data from satellites, drones. It enables scientists to detect pollution, track deforestation, forecast climate shifts with much greater accuracy.
Sure.
And AI also enhances energy efficiency through smart grids, advances sustainable agriculture. Lots of positives.
Definitely. A critical paradox emerges, however, when we consider AI's environmental benefits alongside its own ecological footprint.
Ah, right. The energy cost.
Yeah, exactly. While AI offers powerful tools for sustainability, its development and deployment, particularly these huge generative AI models, demand staggering amounts of electricity. This leads to increased carbon emissions, significant water consumption for cooling data centers.
So the tool to help the environment is also harming it.
That's the paradox. And it raises an important question. The more advanced AI becomes for sustainability, the greater its own resource consumption might be. This necessitates a really comprehensive cost-benefit analysis that explicitly includes AI's own environmental impact. It highlights the urgent need for, well, responsible development of generative AI that actually supports environmental objectives overall.
Okay, finally, let's delve into the evolving definition of human intelligence itself, or what some are calling alien cognition. Cognitive science studies how the mind processes information. Artificial intelligence, broadly, is computer systems doing complex tasks we usually associate with human intelligence. But there's this fascinating phenomenon, often termed the AI effect.
Right.
It illustrates how the definition of human smarts continually evolves. As AI capabilities advance, tasks once considered hallmarks of intelligence, like, say, optical character recognition.
Used to be cutting-edge AI.
Right. Now they're just reclassified as routine computational problems and sort of removed from the AI definition. So, if AI keeps taking over what we thought was human smarts, what's left for us? Does our definition of intelligence just keep shrinking until it's only about emotions or creativity? Is that it?
That's precisely the shift we're grappling with.
Yeah.
Modern AI models, like one called Centaur, have been trained on millions of human decisions from psychological experiments. They can emulate human choice patterns and reaction times with striking fidelity. But, and this is key, they achieve this through mathematical analysis, not through human insight or understanding. They're effectively navigating an invisible geometry of data.
An invisible geometry, I like that.
So what does this all mean? This isn't merely about AI imitating human intelligence. It seems to be about the emergence of a fundamentally different kind of cognition. An alien substrate, perhaps. One that achieves similar or superior results through non-human means. The profound implication for the science of the science is recognizing that understanding human results in the future will require not just analyzing human behavior, but also understanding this alien cognition and its intricate interaction with our human system.
It's like a super smart accountant who can process numbers faster than anyone but has absolutely no idea what love means on a spreadsheet.
Exactly. Even if it can perfectly predict when someone will say, "I love you," based purely on the data patterns.
Right. Which brings us back to why humans remain essential in all this. Despite the rapidly expanding capabilities of AI, the intrinsic value of human agency, the unique nature of human results, they remain irreplaceable. Human adaptability, intuition, critical thinking, empathy. These are invaluable, especially in unprecedented situations or highly sensitive domains like counseling or caregiving.
Absolutely. And human interaction is fundamental for nurturing comprehensive cognitive and emotional development. AI just cannot fully replicate the depth of engagement and relationship building that arises from genuine human interaction, nor can it truly comprehend nuanced emotional states. And that AI assessment effect we discussed earlier further illustrates this point, right?
Yeah.
Human behavior demonstrably changes when people know they're being assessed by AI. It suggests that truly authentic human results might only be observable when human agency isn't distorted by that algorithmic presence.
So AI functions as a tool, a powerful one, but still a tool.
Exactly. And its impact is contingent upon human use and control. Humans must maintain ultimate responsibility and accountability. AI operates on statistical patterns, not human insight or subjective feeling. Human results are deeply intertwined with subjective experiences, complex emotions, nuanced moral judgments, dimensions way beyond algorithmic optimization. Ideally, AI should amplify distinctly human qualities like empathy and creativity, not replace them.
On that note, AI also offers novel insights into human rule-breaking behavior. For example, AI anxiety among employees. It's been shown to lead to deviant behavior, especially when there's inadequate leadership support around AI implementation. AI can also help us analyze cultural conflict, maybe identify logical fallacies within conflict discourse.
Yeah. AI can be employed to research how perceived, realistic, and symbolic threats are linked with negative attitudes and prejudice, maybe influencing the justification of intergroup violence. However, and this is a critical consideration, AI models trained on historical records that reflect only certain perspectives, say colonial perspectives, may inadvertently perpetuate one-sided narratives.
Right, amplifying old biases again.
The core challenge here is that while AI provides powerful diagnostic capabilities for conflict, its inherent reliance on historical data means it can inadvertently reinforce the very patterns it seeks to analyze or mitigate. For instance, if AI learns to optimize social media engagement based on past data where, say, outrage generated more clicks,
It wants to promote outrage.
it could inadvertently amplify content that generates division. The science of the science here is centered on the ethical responsibility in deploying AI for understanding and managing human conflict. It demands careful human oversight to ensure it promotes understanding and reconciliation rather than reinforcing existing divisions.
So this deep dive into the science behind human results really shows AI as both the subject of our study and the instrument helping us conduct it. It's allowing us to deconstruct the past, analyze the present, and maybe shape the future of human outcomes. And it highlights this profound shift towards understanding this entirely new kind of alien cognition and its intricate interaction with us.
And this leads to several strategic imperatives for all of us, really. We must prioritize human-AI complementarity, working with AI, not just handing things over. We need robust AI governance. We need to foster AI literacy for everyone, ensure data fidelity, meaning the data is accurate and representative, and really embrace interdisciplinary research in all our endeavors.
So what does this all mean for you listening right now? Consider how your own actions and decisions, even small ones, can shape a future where technology amplifies rather than diminishes our most distinctly human qualities, our empathy, our creativity, our deep capacity for genuine connection. How will you navigate this evolving landscape to ensure that AI truly serves human flourishing?
This is DigitView.